If a person loses his olam haba, is it gone forever? Or can he get everything that she worked for back?
If he loses Olam Haba, can he get it back?
Yeah.
Did he die yet or no?
No.
Oh, yeah. So, as long as a person is alive, he could do tshuva. Now, the Rambam, Ilchot Tshuva, talks about details of who loses their Olam Haba. There are different people that lose their Olam Haba. There are 36 sins, and the Zohar adds another 12. 36 sins that a person can do in order to lose their Olam Haba. For example, a person that's with a Nida, a Jewish male that is with a woman that's not his wife. If she's not his wife, that means she did not go to the mikveh. So let's say, for example, he's 17, 18 years old, or he's 77 years old. Doesn't make a difference. And he wants to be with another Jewish person, a Jewish woman, but she doesn't go to the mikveh. That means that she's nida. The second he touches her, the second that they're intimate, they both lost olam haba. Another example. A Jewish guy. He's 15, 25, 35, 45. He saw something on TV. He saw something on a billboard. He saw something on the internet that got him aroused. He decided to waste seed. He acted on it. He wasted seed. He lost olam haba. A woman decides that she doesn't feel like keeping Shabbat this week. She wants to go on the internet to check out what her girlfriends are doing on vacation, because they all went out for the weekend and she didn't go. She wants to see what they're doing. Maybe they're making some Facebook posts. She goes, she turns on the computer, she lost olam haba. She goes into a car to drive somewhere, she lost olam haba. And so on and so forth. When a person makes a sin that's isur karet, they lose their share of the world to come. Now, what does it mean they lose the share of the world to come? That means that if they died right that second, if Hashem judged them with pure judgment, with emet, at that second, and they died, they would enter Gehenom and never leave. They would go into a place of suffering that makes the Holocaust look like child's play, and they would simply never ever leave. Eternal Gehenom. Now, some people are going to say to you, these puppies, they call themselves rabbis, say, no, what do you mean eternal? How could there be eternal judgment? How could there be eternal bad? What do you mean, how could there be? It says it in the Gemara. It says it in the Chumash. It says it in the Zohar. It says it all over the place. That's what it means. You have no share of the world to come. That's what it means. It means permanent punishment until the soul is completely destroyed. And the only thing that's left is the Chelek Elok HaMimah, the part of God that goes back to the source. That's what losing Olam Haba means. Now, if the person is smart and lucky at the same time, smart that when they see the emet, they grab onto it, and lucky enough to live in a generation where Kadosh Baruch Hu has extra mercy to show every single person the emet multiple times. They take advantage of it and they do tshuva. They say, Hashem, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to violate Shabbat. Hashem, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to walk around immodest. Hashem, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to worship an idol called Yoshke or Buddha or money or whatever idol people have. Hashem, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to waste seed. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go against you. I'm never going to do it again. They try their best to never ever do it again. They make certain fences, certain things to protect themselves. They know that every time they go to a certain place, they make sins. They don't go there anymore. They know every time they hang out with certain people, they make sins. They don't hang out with those people no more. They know that there are certain things that trigger them to make sins. So they show Hashem that they're serious, not just by words, by actions. And then they also give some tzedakah to make sure that their money is where their mouth is. They do tikkunim, and last but not least, they help other people do tshuva. HaKadosh Baruch Hu erases their sins. Even though that sin was technically supposed to be an eternal Gehenom, and even if they've made that sin for 30, 40 years, 50 years straight. 50 years straight, every single day they made one of those sins. They could still go to Gan Eden and never enter a foot into Gehenom, if their tshuva is real. That's how much mercy Hashem has. I'll give you guys a chidush. There's a very famous midrash on the Song of Songs, Shir HaShirim, in a midrash Rabbi, in Piska Hey. It's a very famous midrash that Shlomo HaMelech brings light to the world, where Kadosh Baruch Hu says, "Pitchu li petach kechudo shel machat, v'ani iftach lachem petach ki pitcho shel ulam." Open for me an opening. Kadosh Baruch Hu is telling Am Yisrael, open for me an opening in your heart, in your actions, the size of the eye of the needle. You know, ever see a needle? The needle has a small little hole in it. Hashem says, only open me a little one like that, and I will open to you a huge hallway, a huge theater, a huge wedding hall. Now this is a very well-known midrash. Many people say, listen, no matter how down you are, how many sins you've made, how horrible your condition is, you open a little opening for Hashem. You show him you believe in him. You show him that you have emunah in him. You show him that you have bitachon in him. You show him that you're serious about his Torah. You're going to do what he says, and you do it. Hashem will open the world for you in a way that you could never imagine. Anyone that would have known me 10 years ago, forget 10 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, a year ago, and would have told me I would be here today, I would have told you should write comic books. Why? You have a vivid imagination. I'm going to be a rabbi. I'm going to learn Torah. I'm going to help people all over the world do tshuva. Are you out of your mind? And best of all, for free. I make $3,000 an hour. I'm going to do it for free. I wake up in the morning. Just to wake up, I get $3,000. What do you get? What are you talking about? I'm going to work for free. Your mother's going to work for free. Where's going to work for free? What are you talking about? That's what I would have told you. That was me. To open my eyes, $30,000. I'm going to work for free. And I'm going to help other people do tshuva. What do I care about tshuva? I didn't do tshuva. I'm going to help people do tshuva. Keep Shabbat? I don't keep Shabbat. What are you talking about? Go write comic books, kid. I'll even invest in them. You have such a good imagination. Here's $25,000. Good luck, kid. That's what I would have told you. What are you talking about? If you would have told me, hey, you know, one day, you're not going to be in pain 24 hours a day. You're not going to be in hospitals every single week. I'll say, kid, 2 comic books. One for the Wall Street one, and one for, science fiction, something. You, kid, you're the best. You're the best. Here's 50,000. What are you talking about? I'm going to do this? What's wrong with you? Rabotai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu could change the world in a second. In a second. I've seen it with my own eyes, on my own skin, and in many other people's eyes, in many other people's lives. People that literally, when I first met them, they were crack addicts. Not an expression, literally, crack addicts. You know, the worst, injecting themselves every day. Today, they're living a life you could only admire. You could only admire. Wife, kids, money, everything you want in this world. And that's not even, they don't even care about it. What do they care? They have a Kadosh Baruch Hu. People that came from the tumah of the tumah, Christianity, worshipped an idol every single day. Today, tzaddikim, have little tzaddikim kids, little cute kids with payas and everything. They wake up in the morning, instead of saying Yoshke, they say Modeh Ani Takadosh Baruch Hu. Why? I'm alive. Where do they come from? The church. What? 3, 4, 5 years ago. If you would have told them that 5 years ago, I said, listen, I'll double what he's investing in you. Comic books. What are you talking about? But that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu does. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, you open for me a opening. The eye of a needle, the size of the eye of the needle, I'll open for you a world. What's the chidush? The chidush is, Rabotai, if you look at it, the word ulam, which is like a hall, is spelled with a aleph. Olam, world, spelled with an ayn. Now, ulam doesn't only mean like a wedding hall or something like that. Ulam was also the section inside the Beit HaMikdash, right outside the Kodesh Kodashim. That was also a section of the Beit HaMikdash called Ulam, right outside the Kodesh, which is right next to the Kodesh Kodashim. So what is Hashem giving us here? He's saying, you open for me a little prayer. You pray Mincha with Kavanah. You pray Arvit with Kavanah. You pray Shachrit with Kavanah. You read a few Tehillim for Am Yisrael because you care about them. You go to a shiur even if you're tired. A little opening. Hashem says, I'm going to treat it as if you've arrived to the Beit HaMikdash, the third one, not the first or the second, the third one. You have arrived to it, and you and I are meeting eye to eye. You and I are talking. Whatever you want. Show me you're serious. That's how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to do tshuva. Which means, if you do tshuva, you're not only the smartest person in the world, you're the luckiest. You don't do tshuva, you're the dumbest and unluckiest person in the world. There's only two options. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I'll give you the whole world on a silver platter. For things that don't cost much, don't require much, just a little effort. Small little eye of a needle. You don't take advantage of it, you deserve the punishment. And that's why Chachamim say, in Reshit Chokhmah, in Shamayim, after Hashem shows the Rasha everything that he did and what he could have had, the Rasha tells Hashem, Hashem, please put me in Gehenom. The Rasha asks for it. Why? He's so embarrassed. He's so embarrassed at how stupid he is for not doing tshuva. So, the answer is, no matter what you did, you can still do tshuva as long as you're alive. But the second a person is no longer alive, there's no tshuva in Shamayim. There's no more tshuva. But here you could do tshuva, no matter what you did. Wasted seed, even if you worship an idol. Even if you worship idols, mamash, which is like the worst thing you could do. You, instead of worshiping Hashem, you worship this cup. You replaced Kodesh Kodashim, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with a cup. Styrofoam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, you did tshuva, I'll accept it. That's how much He loves you while you're in this world, though. You finished? Finished. Finished. That's why, Rabotai, every single Jew needs to mamash beg Hashem to accept this tshuva. Cry to HaKadosh Baruch Hu every single day for accepting his tshuva. Cry to HaKadosh Baruch Hu every single day for allowing him to do tshuva, allowing how to do tshuva, to put on kisui rosh every single day, and every second you're alive is a mitzvah. Put on a tzitzit, and every single minute that you're alive is a mitzvah. Read a little Torah, listen to some real Torah on the internet, or live, and every single second you hear, you're doing a mitzvah. For that, there's no end to the gratitude we owe HaKadosh Baruch Hu. To be honest with you, Rabotai, it's the only reason I'm here. As much as I like all of you, I'm only here for Him. Because He likes you. Bemet. I could do this at home. I could do a video at home. I go in front of my computer, camera, and I can reach just as many people on the internet just by simply being at home in my pajamas. But since He loves each and every single one of you, much more than I could ever love you, much more than I can even love my own kids, I come. Why? Because He loves you, and you're His kids, and I love Him, and therefore I have to love you also. That's why I tell you, if you're already in a shiur, pay attention. It's for you. It's for you, the whole shiur. It's not for me. For me, I can do it at home. It's for you. This is a Kadosh Baruch Hu designed the world in a certain way to send somebody through Gehenom and back for years in order to arrive here today and give you a shiur. He's custom made the world just for you to have a shiur today. That shows that Hashem loves you. Next question. Sutton, if you give him the mic, please.
Have free will.
Do angels have free will? I think it's the second time I heard this question today. Somebody said they're confused over this. So, free will is not something that we truly can understand in our limited capacity, but we can understand to a certain extent. So, humans, it says, Akol midei shamayim chutz mirat shamayim. Everything is from heaven except the fear of heaven. Meaning, a human being does not have the ability to choose if he's going to be born or if he's going to die. Even if he shoots himself in the head, only Hashem decides if he's going to die or not. Even if he jumps off of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, only Hashem decides if he's going to die or not. Now, even though statistics show that the overwhelming majority of people, 99.9% of people that jump out of the bridge are going to die. There's a guy that has a video on the internet, young guy, probably in his 30s, maybe even 20s, jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge to commit suicide. No parachute, no bungee cord. He wanted to die. And he's on a video telling about it, that he didn't die. Why? Hashem decided he's not going to die. Meaning that your life or death you cannot choose. Whether you're going to be rich or poor, you cannot choose. Yeah, but I have a certain amount of job, I'm making a certain amount of money. So what? I know plenty of guys that worked in the money business, Wall Street, where every moron can be rich. You don't have to be a genius. People think that Wall Street guys are geniuses. Average Wall Street guy is a moron, complete moron, donkey. But he knows how to do certain things. He has a certain talent, like an autistic savant. He could sell, he could do calculations, he could communicate a certain way, analyze. There's a certain talent he has that allows him to make a certain amount of money. Does not mean that every Wall Street guy is genius, even if he makes $10, $20 million a year. Same thing with doctors. People think that all doctors are geniuses. No, they have a certain talent, certain ability that they're very good at. But they can be retarded in all other things. Point being is, sometimes you'll see two doctors. And you're going to say, yo, this young doctor is much better than the old man. Why? Because you don't know what you're talking about. You think that the young doctor is better than the old doctor because the young doctor was nicer to you. So you think that makes him a better doctor. Little do you know that the young doctor, he just graduated 2 years ago. He hasn't even performed 2 surgeries. The old doctor that's angry and grouchy, he's already done 5,000 surgeries. He's the real doctor. But just because the young one has better bedside manner, you think he's a better doctor. That's because you're not a good judge. You have no idea what you're talking about. The point is, Rabotai, is that many times we're not good judges of our own character or other people's characters, our own abilities or other people's abilities. But nonetheless, Hashem decides what those abilities will yield. He'll decide if a Wall Street guy is going to make money or not. I know a bunch of guys that were on Wall Street were literally borrowing money just to survive. You're in the money business. You're investing millions of dollars for people, but didn't have a penny to buy coffee with. Nothing. And then I know a bunch of guys that were in different businesses, car washes, laundromats, selling stuff on Amazon, driving taxis, that became millionaires. I know one guy that works for UPS truck, he drives a car till this day. Drives the brown truck. Here, people look, oh, he's a UPS guy. You guys, I know some of those guys that work for UPS worth $15, $25 million. He's still driving the car today. He's going to make millions of dollars every year from UPS. He makes maybe probably $90,000, $100,000 a year. So how did he make so much money? He took the money, invested it, and he made a lot of money. Guy's worth $15, $20 million. He's got maybe 50, 100 properties. So looks can be deceiving. Certain people think that if they have a certain amount of job, or if they work a certain amount of hours, or they do certain things, they're going to make more money. No, wrong. Only HaKadosh Baruch Hu can decide if you're going to be rich or poor. Only HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So what's really left for us to choose? The only thing that's left for us to choose is whether we serve Hashem or not. Whether we do what His Holy Torah says or not. That's your free choice.